The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
National Hard Candy Day. Raffi Andonian will be with us to share some of its delicious history.
Well, today is National Hard Candy Day, so we take a look at its sweet history with a taste of the past. Raffi Andonian is with us this morning. Welcome, Raffi. So,
of course.
Tell us.
Guilty pleasure, that is hard candy.
That's truly, everybody loves it. And you're so good about, history and these fun facts. How did this all come about?
Well, original candies were actually served in apothecaries, which is associated with medicine. So think about it. A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down,
Yes.
right? So that was actually a true thing, because in the 18th century, what you would have is, let's say you had a chest remedy or a headache or a digestion problem. The medicine would be a lot of herbs, and it'd be kind of maybe not very tasty. Now, I think we still have versions of that today. Think about it. Look, I brought these gummy vitamins. All right, I think about that. Here, have some if you want.
Absolutely not.
But associating health and sweet together to help the vitamins go down, a spoonful of sugar, like we talk about, really kind of sticks with us today if you think about it. And think about it, you get a lollipop when you go to the dentist's office or something like that. We still associate medicine and sugar together. So that's where the origins of hard candy come about.
That's so funny. And nowadays, I mean, we have crazy Sour Patch candies.
Yep.
What were the flavors like back in the day?
Yeah. But the flavors change. So candy changes over time. What happened is, initially, you have much more emphasis on the sugar and the candy. Later on, you have in the 20th century the rise of chocolate. That's seen now as as candy becomes more of a kid's thing. Chocolate's seen today more like an adult's kind of candy, if you will. Now, another thing that changes is it becomes more widespread in the 19th century because you have the rise of machinery, the drop in the price of sugar. Sugar was seen as a huge, expensive commodity that you would lock up in the 18th century, but not in the 19th century. It becomes more widespread, it becomes cheaper. Now, the first candy-making machine was by a pharmacist. And he made lozenges, medicinal lozenges, and I brought some of that too.
Lozenges, yes.
Yep. And this is what they look like. Again, medicine, candy associated. Pharmacist makes the first candy-making machine, and that's how candy's changing over time.
All right, and we can't mention the holiday season without candy canes. How did this come about?
Dolly Parton, with me I'll be just fine and dandy with a hard candy Christmas. That's what this makes me think of. It used to be white, just white. Then eventually in the 20th century they added the peppermint red stripes. Now, it was actually a German immigrant in the Midwest that brought candy canes over in the 19th century to the United States, but it goes all the way back to Germany a couple hundred years before that, so about 400 years ago. And they're shaped in the shape of a hook. There's a few different theories for that. One is that it was representing a shepherd because a church person initially gave it out.
I could see that.
Another is that Germans were hanging it on trees because the trees come from Germany. And some people theorize that it represents a J for Jesus. So there's a lot of different theories behind the shape. But you know what's interesting about this? We sell, or people buy, in the United States, almost 2 billion candy canes a year, most of which, 90% plus of which, is between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So this is the stuff that sells #1 selling candy in this season outside of chocolate.
Incredible. Well, Raffi, you're just a wealth of knowledge. It's so much fun. Thank you, as always, for joining us. Absolutely. And stick around because we got more news coming up right after this.